Would it even be an episode of the A-List if we weren't talking about how we are not in the same market as 2008? Welcome back. I have been in real estate for 6 years, and I have easily spent 360 days out of every year telling people why the real estate market isn't going to crash like 2008. Don't believe me?
Hello, and welcome to today's video entitled, It's Only a Bubble If It Pops, aka 2005, aka 2006.
You said that he did you dirty, so what's the harm in flirting, baby? Cause your boyfriend's a...
And yet, every time I go on social media, I still see those memes out there. Yeah, that's the one. But in reality, it's definitely more like this one.
No.
Inflated home values were not the only thing that led up to the 2008 real estate market crash. First, let's remember that anyone with a pulse was able to get a mortgage. And to be honest, a pulse was probably optional. I'm sure there were several Weekend at Bernie's scenarios where someone was able to still snag a condo somewhere. Flash forward to 2001, and mortgages are mad hard to get. Have you ever seen when a house returns to market and they say buyer financing fell through? That did not happen back in the day. My clients are still writing letters of explanation for every time they forgot to keep their bank account clean and deposited cash from their job. Trust me, lenders can tell you that every day the Dodd-Frank Act is doing the most to keep our economy alive and well. In 2008, people were taking these inflated values of their homes and straight up using their homes as ATMs. So imagine you get a house for a sweet deal when you didn't really qualify for it, way overvalued with zero equity, and then you decide you need a jet ski. So you turn around and you use your house as a glorified debit card? No! Then when the bottom dropped out, they were even further in debt. Home values now are actually still extremely stable and still slated to continue to rise for the next several years. For all you nerds out there who want to hear the statistics, over 45% of homes in the U.S. are owned free and clear. And those that still have mortgages, over 50% of them have 20% equity or more. 20% is the sweet spot. So this past year can just be chalked up to the only economic principle that I barely understand: supply and demand. COVID hits and people understandably don't want to put their homes on the market. Ew, that's gross. Interest rates drop to insane levels, combined with people being stuck inside for months, hating every aspect of the place they live and who they live with. And all of a sudden we see a crunch, not a crash, which led to a temporary surge. Even though it seems like this surge has been going on for a while and everyone is telling us that COVID is over, we're still feeling the effects. People were hesitant in the fall of 2020 into the spring of 2021 to put their homes on the market due to the spikes in COVID numbers and also the uncertainty of what was in the forecast for school systems. 2021 has been a year of uncertainty for the housing market with respect to the fact that lots of people wanted to sell but had nowhere to go due to the increased competition in the buyer pool and just lack of anywhere to go. Now we have more vaccinated people walking around and less of a fear of COVID. However, we're back in the fall, which means less listings due to the school year again. I have already seen a shift in the supply and the demand. More houses are coming on the market, more buyers are getting into homes, and you can see that listings are staying on for a more reasonable amount of time. As great as this summer was, especially if you were a seller, it straight up sucked if you were a buyer, and it was definitely not sustainable. The absolute best news is that the end of 2021 and 2022 are going to be stellar years in real estate, going back to more normal times, definitely more reasonable for buyers and great for sellers still. Listen, although this summer was absolutely wonderful for sellers, it was not sustainable, and buyers were definitely pissed off and needed somewhere to go. Just because we had slightly inflated home values does not mean we are going to crash. The other factors just simply aren't at play here. So that's it. Unlike 2008, brighter days are ahead. See you next time.
Vasquez.